Have you ever been, totally captivated by a story? One that felt so real, so intricate, it was almost like stepping into another life.
Yeah, where the characters feel really human,
Yeah,
flawed, messy, even when everything around them is just pure chaos.
exactly. And today, we're diving deep into one just like that. The sprawling, character-driven story of Grand Theft Auto 5.
hmm And what's so compelling about GTA 5, I think, isn't just the sandbox, the open world. It's how the creators weave together these really personal dramas with, well, huge criminal ambitions.
Right.
And it forces the characters and you, the player, really to grapple with some incredibly tough, morally gray choices.
So our mission today for you listening is basically to peel back those layers. We want to explore the core motivations, the big twists, and those really key decisions that define the whole narrative. Get beyond just the plot points.
Understand the why behind it all, what drives these people.
Exactly. We've got a really comprehensive look at this epic tale. Crime, consequences, loyalty. It's all in there.
It is.
So you're about to get a shortcut, basically, to being truly well-informed on this amazing story, this collision of three very different lives.
Yeah, that collision is key.
So what makes this setup so interesting right off the bat? It's built entirely around these three main characters,
Right.
right? And they are wildly different.
Oh, completely. Rockstar didn't just, pick three guys randomly. They clearly crafted them as contrasts, almost foils for each other.
Representing different slices of, I don't know, the American dream,
Yeah.
or maybe its darker side.
Yeah, something like that. So first you've got Michael DeSanta. He's basically your classic retired criminal. Sort of.
Living large in Los Santos, witness protection, mansion, the whole deal.
Right. But inside, he's miserable. Midlife crisis, big time, terrible relationship with his family.
hmm
Amanda the wife, Jimmy the son, Tracy the daughter.
Yeah.
And he's just aching for the thrill of his old life.
Okay, Michael. Got it. Then.
Then there's Franklin Clinton. Young guy, ambitious, from South Los Angeles. He's doing petty stuff, repo work, jacking cars, but he wants more.
He wants out.
Totally.
Yeah.
He wants out of the hood, wants to make it big, and he's got this incredible talent. He's an amazing driver. He's kind of looking for a way up, maybe even a mentor figure.
Interesting. And the third, the wild card.
Trevor Phillips. Michael's old partner in crime. Living out in the desert, Blaine County. He's a lot.
Understatement.
Definitely. Deeply unstable, runs drugs, incredibly aggressive, violent. But underneath all that, there's this fierce, almost weirdly childlike loyalty to his friends.
Okay.
And the crucial thing, the real kicker, he absolutely believes Michael is dead. Killed years ago. That's the emotional time bomb just waiting.
Wow. So three totally different worlds, different goals. The drama is just baked in, isn't it? How they're going to inevitably smash into each other.
It's not just inevitable, it's almost like necessary for the story, for any of them to get what they think they want.
Okay, so where does the actual plot kick off? You mentioned Michael and Trevor have history.
Right. The foundation is actually laid 9 years before the main game starts. There's this bank robbery in North Yankton. A total disaster.
Who is involved?
Michael, Trevor, and another guy, their associate Brad Snyder. Goes sideways fast. Cops show up. Gunfire. Brad gets killed. Michael gets shot. Looks like he's captured or killed. Trevor, he's the only one who gets away clean. Or, well, gets away.
Okay, so Trevor thinks Michael's dead, Brad's dead, he's alone.
Exactly. But here's the twist. Michael's death, not quite real.
Ah, the witness protection thing? How did that actually work with the FIB?
Yeah, the FIB think FBI. Michael had cut a secret deal beforehand with an agent, Dave Norton. He faked his death, basically sold out his crew, maybe not Brad intentionally, but the situation, and got set up with a new identity, Michael DeSanta.
So he gets his new life, but it's built on this massive lie, especially towards Trevor.
A profound lie. It costs him that past, that friendship, or so he thinks.
Okay, let's jump to the present day, Los Santos. How do Michael and Franklin meet? It's kind of random, isn't
It
it?
seems random, yeah. Franklin is working as a repo man trying to repossess a car from Michael's son, Jimmy.
Who probably can't afford it.
Exactly. So Franklin sneaks the car, but Michael is actually hiding in the back seat. Catches him red-handed.
Uh-oh.
But instead of getting mad, Michael, he's impressed. Franklin drives like a maniac to escape, and Michael sees this raw talent, maybe something of his younger self.
So that's the spark.
That's the spark. It kicks off this unlikely mentor-student thing. Michael, bored out of his skull, sees an opportunity, maybe, and Franklin sees a potential way out.
But Michael's still trying to live the retired life at this point.
He is, but it's falling apart. The trigger that pushes him back into crime is personal. He finds out his wife, Amanda, is cheating on him with her tennis coach.
Ouch.
He loses it. Absolutely loses it. He and Franklin chase the coach down to this fancy mansion on a hill, and Michael, in a rage, pulls the whole house down. Or tries to. Destroys the deck, basically.
Cathartic, maybe, but probably not smart.
Definitely not smart. Turns out the mansion doesn't belong to the tennis coach. It belongs to Martin Madrazo.
Uh-oh. Mexican drug lord Martin Madrazo.
The very same. Very dangerous guy. And he is not happy about his house. He demands Michael pay him back, like $2.5 million.
Wow. Okay, Michael doesn't have that kind of legit money lying around.
Not a chance. So this forces his hand. He has to go back to what he knows. He needs a score.
And who does he turn to? Franklin?
Franklin, yeah.
Mm.
And his old heist planner, the brains behind the operations, Lester Crest. Michael ropes them in for a jewelry store robbery. The Vangelico heist.
Okay, so they need the money to pay off Madrazo. But this heist, it has bigger consequences, right? This is where Trevor comes back in.
Bingo. This is the moment. Trevor's out in Blaine County, probably cooking meth or something, watching TV. And the news report about the Vangelico heist comes on.
And he recognizes it.
Instantly. He sees the way it was done, certain details, Michael's specific signature style on a job. It's unique. And he just knows.
Michael's alive.
Michael's alive. And you can just imagine the explosion inside him, the confusion, the anger, the feeling of being utterly betrayed for 9 years.
That reunion must have been intense.
Oh, it's incredibly tense. Trevor tracks Michael down in Los Santos. It's explosive, it's confrontational, but somehow that old bond, however messed up it is, pulls them back together.
So Trevor doesn't kill him on the spot.
Nope. Anger, yes.
Yeah.
Threats, definitely. But deep down, that connection is still there. And maybe Trevor needs Michael too, in a way. Plus, Franklin's there, this new element.
So the trio is formed. Michael, the retired mastermind, pulled back in. Franklin, the ambitious protege. And Trevor, the psychotic, loyal wild card.
Exactly. Unstable, absolutely. Powerful, definitely. And this fraught reunion, this is really what drives the rest of the story.
Wow.
All the conflicts, internal and external, stem from this moment.
Okay, so the three of them are working together now. What kind of trouble do they get into? Because it's never simple in these stories.
Oh, it gets complicated fast. They immediately get tangled up with those corrupt FIB agents we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Dave Norton, Michael's old handler, and his boss, Steve Haynes.
Who's like super ambitious and manipulative.
Totally. Haynes basically forces the trio to do his dirty work, running ops against a rival agency, the IAA. It's this whole cynical government power play, and our guys are just pawns in the middle.
So they're doing heists for themselves and forced jobs for the FIB?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
They also get involved with this billionaire businessman, Devin Weston.
Right, I remember him. Smooth talker, but shady.
Extremely shady. He uses them for his own schemes, promises them big rewards, and then, surprise, surprise, ends up betraying them too.
Man, they can't catch a break. Just enemies everywhere.
It really feels like that. It highlights how, in their world, trust is fragile, maybe non-existent outside their little circle, and even within the circle.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But during this time, they do pull off some huge jobs, right?
Oh, yeah. Some of the game's biggest set pieces happen here. There's the Merryweather heist, trying to steal a super weapon from a private military company. Big, ambitious, goes a bit wrong.
Yeah.
Then there's the Paletto score. This is a classic bank robbery in a small town, but they go in wearing, like, heavy body armor carrying miniguns.
Okay.
It turns into an insane war zone in the streets. Pure chaos. Very Trevor.
Sounds intense.
It is. And then there's the Bureau raid, where they actually hit the FIB building itself to steal data for Haynes and Norton. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you, or forces you, rather.
So they're getting deeper and deeper into this mess, but you mentioned trouble within the trio. What happens there?
This is the big one. During all this chaos, Trevor starts digging. He's suspicious about what really happened back in North Yankton 9 years ago.
About Brad.
Exactly. He eventually corners Michael and forces the truth out of him. Or rather, he finds Brad's body buried in Michael's fake grave plot in North Yankton.
Oh, wow. So Brad didn't go to prison like Trevor might have hoped.
No. Brad died right there during the robbery, killed by Dave Norton, the FIB agent Michael made the deal with. And Michael knew. Michael let Trevor believe Brad was maybe alive in prison all these years. He even wrote fake letters as Brad to Trevor.
That is devastating. That's not just a lie. That's a calculated, a long-term deception about their friend.
It's brutal. It completely shatters any remaining trust Trevor had in Michael. It calls everything about their past, their bond, into question. Is Michael even capable of real loyalty? Or is it always just about self-preservation?
So their relationship is basically destroyed at this point.
Pretty much hanging by a thread.
Yep.
The tension is unbearable, yet somehow they still need each other. Or maybe they just need the money.
Which leads them to...
The big one. Despite all the betrayal, the anger, the dysfunction, they decide to pull off one last massive heist together, the Union Depository, stealing hundreds of millions in gold bullion.
the ultimate score. Do they actually manage it?
They do. Against all odds, with everything falling apart personally, they execute this incredibly complex heist almost perfectly. It's kind of ironic, right?
Yeah, peak criminal success, rock bottom personal relationships.
Exactly. They get the money, over $200 million. But now what? The external enemies are still out there, and the internal bonds are just wrecked.
This sets up the ending, right? Where Franklin has to make a choice.
Precisely. After the big score, Franklin finds himself caught between a rock and a hard place. Two powerful people come to him separately, demanding he kill one of his partners.
Who's pressuring him?
First, FIB agent Steve Haynes. He sees Trevor as a liability, too unpredictable, knows too much. He orders Franklin to kill Trevor.
And the other?
Devin Weston, the billionaire they crossed. He feels betrayed by Michael, wants revenge. He orders Franklin to kill Michael.
Wow. So Franklin, the guy who started out just wanting a better life, is now being told to murder his mentors, his friends.
It's an impossible position. And this is where you, the player, have to make the choice as Franklin. There are three paths.
Okay, break them down for us. What's option A?
Option A is siding with Haynes. Kill Trevor. Franklin calls Trevor, sets up a meeting, kind of lures him into a trap. Michael, actually, reluctantly agrees to help Franklin corner Trevor.
Michael helps kill Trevor.
In this ending, yeah. They trap Trevor in an oil field, douse him in gasoline. Franklin hesitates, but Michael pushes him, or Trevor crashes and the gasoline ignites. Trevor burns alive. It's pretty dark.
Jeez. Okay, what's option B?
Option B is siding with Devin Weston. Kill Michael. Franklin confronts Michael. There's a chase, a struggle. It ends up on top of, like a wind turbine or a tower. Michael might slip, Franklin might grab him, but ultimately Franklin lets him fall.
Michael dies. What does Trevor think about this?
Crucially, if Franklin calls Trevor for help with killing Michael, Trevor refuses. He's furious with Michael, yeah, but he won't help kill him, calls Franklin a traitor. So Franklin is totally alone in this choice.
Okay, so A kills Trevor, B kills Michael. Both
Yeah.
feel pretty bleak. What's the third option?
Option C. It's often called Death Wish, and this is widely considered the true or canon ending.
What happens here?
Franklin just says,
No.
he refuses to kill either Michael or Trevor. He goes to Lester, the heist planner, and says, look, they both want me to kill the other guy. This is crazy. We need another way.
So they team up, all three.
Yes. Lester figures out a plan. Franklin gets Michael and Trevor together, convinces them to put aside their massive issues for one last job, taking out everyone who's been screwing them over.
Like all their enemies?
All of them. They set up this elaborate series of ambushes and assassinations. They go after Steve Haynes, the FIB guy. They take out Cheng Cheng, a triad leader who was also after them. They eliminate Stretch, an old rival from Franklin's past who betrayed him. And finally,
Devin Weston.
Devin Weston. They kidnap him, stick him in the trunk of a car, drive him up to a cliff, say their piece, and push the car over.
Whoa. So they literally eliminate all their loose ends together.
Together. In this ending, all three protagonists survive. They get their shares of the Union Depository money. Their friendship is still, incredibly complicated and probably dysfunctional.
But intact.
But intact. They faced the impossible choice, refused to betray each other in that final moment, and came out on top. That's why it feels like the most satisfying and kind of the intended resolution.
Wow. What a journey. We went from Michael's, suburban boredom, Franklin's street-level ambition, Trevor's, Trevor
yeah.
says,
Yeah.
through forced alliances, massive betrayals, these insane heists, and then landing on this one impossible choice that defines everything. It really shows how deep character-driven stories can be, even in, a game about stealing cars.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive into GTA 5, I think it really highlights these universal themes, right? Loyalty, betrayal, the consequences of your choices. Even in this crazy world of crime and moral ambiguity, those things still matter. They shape the whole narrative.
It definitely leaves you thinking.
Yeah. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you were Franklin right there at the end, facing that decision, kill Michael, kill Trevor, or risk everything for that death wish,
Yeah.
what would you have done? And what does that choice say about maybe your own values? Something to chew on.